So let's say that you have learned all of your open chords, you're really excited for a bar chord, and then you see this really weird fingering, and then it sounds like this. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katie. I'm an Enya endorsed musical artist and teacher, and I love helping my students get to that next level no matter what that may be. Today I'm going to be showing you some bar chord alternatives. Some of these voicings actually might be easier for you, some it might be harder, but I'm going to be showing you just a variety of different ways that you could play certain chords, and then hopefully you'll find something that is going to work for you. I'll also show you how a mini shape can replace a full bar chord by sliding it up and down the fretboard by finding the root note or the start of your chord. There's also a free PDF with all of the chord diagrams that I'm going to demonstrate today, and that is in the description box below. I also want to thank our sponsor for this video, and that is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. From photography and music to graphic design and productivity, you can find classes that will match your goals and interests. New premium classes are launched every week, so there's always something new to discover. Some benefits includes, but not limited to, is that it is ad-free, so you can stay in your zone while you're exploring new skills. And the entire catalog is now available in subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German. I first heard about Skillshare from various other YouTube channels while trying to research and absorb advice on productivity. Since joining Skillshare, I've upped my editing game by taking a course called Masking Transitions in Final Cut Pro that make your videography stand out by Kramer Ammons. I even used what I learned to edit this clip right here of my ukulele. I do have a link in the description box below and a pinned comment. The first 1,000 people to use this link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. I've had a lot of fun with it, and I hope that you will too. Let's start off with some common bar chords that have actually an open voicing alternative. We have a D7 where you bar the 2nd fret, and then we have my middle finger here on the 3rd fret of that A string. Well, I could take my focus fox, fingers 2 and 3, place that on the 2nd fret of strings 2 and 4, leaving the other strings open, and there's an alternative D7. Another one is an E7, so it looks like the D7, but I slide up to the 4th fret and then middle fingers on the 5th fret of the A string. You could use this one instead, where I have index, middle, ring finger, so 1st fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, and then E string is open. That might be a better option for you. One of my subscribers asked, what about a G flat? What about those kind of funky chords instead of doing stuff like this? Well, what I like to do is I like to incorporate this G shape right here, and I like to slide it up and down the fretboard and mute this G string. So what I like to do is I like to take my thumb, curl it over very slightly. It does not have to be completely over like this. All it has to do is that the pad of my thumb is just going to lightly touch the G string. So where is Thumpkin? Here I am. I'm just going to lightly touch that string so it mutes it. And then I apply a little bit of pressure to the strings. Okay, this is a G chord. But if I slide it toward the headstock 1 fret, there is a G flat. So pretty fun. So you have your G flat there, G, slide it up, G sharp or A flat, bring it up, A, and then you have an A sharp or B flat, a B, and so on and so forth. So where's the root note? The root note is going to be here where my ring finger is, and you can see that indicated on the fretboard diagram. So if you're wondering, wait, what's that funky chord? What did I want to do? So you have this G shape, and then we follow where the ring finger is. There. G flat, F sharp, G, G sharp, A flat, A. So you just keep sliding up and down the fretboard using this E string as your guide of what root note are you going to play. Now, if curling the thumb over is just not an option right now, you can always slightly adjust your fingers and lay your index finger just a little bit flat so that the tip of the index finger lightly touches that G string, just very, very slightly. All right, it's very subtle. All you hear is a click, click, click. And then when you play your chord, you just hear these 3 notes still in your triad. This same concept can be adapted for a minor shape as well. So we have G here. I'm going to be using this G minor shape. Now sliding down to a F sharp minor, it doesn't work, but you could use it to slide up the fretboard. F sharp minor, if you're curious, is this. It's not a bar chord, it's an open chord for this particular voicing. So that's nice. You don't have to do any other finger gymnastics. But we have a G minor, this shape, and then I can curl my thumb over, and then I just move it up. G sharp minor. And then we have a minor, which is a different voicing than that one. And then we move up and up and up and up. Again, the ring finger is going to be the root note of this shape. So if you're wondering, man, I don't really like this other chord voicing that maybe a tutorial suggested, you can use this shape, the minor shape, and then move it up the fretboard to find something that is more comfortable for you. The other thing is that with the thumb, if it doesn't work, you will have to lay your middle finger flat just a little bit. So the very tip, the squishy part, which is a very technical term, the squishy part of that finger is going to be touching that G string. And it opens up a whole new world of alternative voicings for you if a bar chord shape just is not working for you. I've adapted the same thing for the E minor shape. So my thumb can curl over and mute that G string, or my ring finger can just lay flat just a little bit. So the squishy part, again, very technical, is going to be coming up a little bit, laying a little bit flat so I can push down on that C string, and then the very, very tip of it can just lightly bump and mute that other string. All right, that G string. So here's my E minor, no need for any muting. Now the root note is going to be here on the C string. And if I wanted an E flat minor, I take that shape, slide it down 1 fret, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, still looks like stairs, do, 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 do. And I mute that G string. Now you could lay that finger flat, the ring finger, or mute with your thumb. Bring it up, there's my E flat. And then here's my root note right here on that E string. We have an F minor. Bring it up, F sharp minor alternative, G minor alternative, G sharp minor alternative, A minor alternative. Now some of these voicings actually may be harder than the other ones, like the A minor here and up here, but it might be something where if you want to mix something up a bit, you could just interchange those different types of voicings and then just see what works best for you depending upon what piece you're playing. B flat seems to be one that is very difficult as well. I do have a video all about the B flat. I'm going to put that in the cards above and the description box below. Instead of the full bar chord shape like this, I'm going to be using the mini bar chord shape to show you some alternative voicings and how to slide it up the fretboard. And hopefully you can find something that's best for you. Instead of barring the 1st fret, because the greatest amount of tension on your ukulele is going to be here toward the nut and then here towards the bridge and saddle. So form your stairs, like this. Instead of barring, you could just slightly roll your finger onto its side where you're applying the majority of the pressure onto the E string, and then you're lightly touching with this portion of your finger, the side of it, on the A string, so it mutes it. So you're still getting your triad, your 1, 3, 5, that's your major chord, do, mi, so. So there is an alternative right there where you can mute it, but you don't have to necessarily bar both strings with your index finger. This shape can also be used to slide up your fretboard for some alternative voicings. In this shape, you have 2 root notes. You have it here on the A string and here on the G string. We're going to be looking at the G string because we're muting this string with this particular technique. So here we have B flat, slide up, B, slide up, C, slide up, C sharp or D flat, slide up, so on and so forth. So this right here, I'm going to be using that as my root note. So you could be using these kinds of shapes instead of something that would require the full bar chord. A common bar chord, which is going to be B minor. So this is the common voicing right here where I bar the 2nd fret, and then my ring finger is going to be on the 4th fret of the G string like this. But a lot of people have expressed that this finger here on the 4th fret is very difficult for them to reach. So an alternative would be that you could bar the entire 2nd fret like this, and then the very tip of your index finger can lightly touch that G string and it ends up muting it. So instead of here, you're just going to bring it up just a little bit, roll your finger onto its side. That's a tip from one of those videos if you haven't seen my videos on bar chords yet. And then you could strum all strings and all you would hear would be those 3. So there's a B minor. So this right here, the A string, is going to be where my root note is, or where the start of the chord will be. So that is a B right there. Now if I slide it up, I get a C minor. Now a C minor also is this open string, this open G string, so you don't have to mute. But what about a C sharp minor? I would have to mute this G string, so I have to move my index finger up a little bit. It's a C sharp minor, D minor if you didn't want this one. So that's the 5th fret. Move it up. You have a D sharp or E flat minor, and so on and so on. You can see how the diagram indicates where the root note is going to be just following that A string. So depending upon where your index finger is placed on the fretboard, that's going to change the chord. So it's a mini bar chord, not the full bar chord. You don't necessarily need that ring finger placed in that position. You could also slide your finger up and that would make the full bar chord. But a lot of people, like I said before, placing that last finger, that ring finger, is a little difficult for them. So this is a nice alternative for you if that is difficult for you. There are so many different voicings out there. I know that I covered just a few concepts here, but hopefully I introduced to you just some knowledge of the fretboard that will help you just open things up, or some new possibilities for you. All right, let me know what you would like to see in I almost said the description box below, in the comment section below, because it's really nice to know what you would like to learn. It helps me just steer this content in the way that would be able to help you. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember that you are loved. Bye. Following FTC guidelines, this ukulele was sent to me in PR, and I am an endorsed artist by Enya. If you're interested in this ukulele, I'm going to put that link in the description box below. That link is affiliated if you choose to shop through my link. That means that a small portion of that sale does go back to me, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Favorite mug says that's a sharp, not a hashtag. Good morning, everybody. It is like really early.